Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz.
And I'm Chris.
And we're keeping you in the loop of the guitar community. This episode is brought to you by Stringjoy. Check them out. Really nice fellows and lady fellows. And yeah, stringjoy.com. They make excellent strings. Really cool thing. They make their strings in-house. Not a lot of people do that anymore. They just order them from other companies. They slap their name on them and they send them out to you. Not Stringjoy. They're made with love, with their hands. I feel like that would be like a great... They should do like a farming video. You know, like you see the farmer and they're like, straight from the farm with love to your house. I don't know why they sound like Willie Nelson, but like, well, he did Farm Aid. I guess that kind of ties in. But anywho, all right, enough about Willie Nelson. Let's talk about Stringjoy. So I got my new telly and like the first thing I had to do was put some Stringjoy strings on it. That's how much I love them. They're great. So
that's what I always try to do.
Well, and the like interesting thing is every time I played a set of strings from somewhere, like there would always be like one little thing that would just kind of bug me. But with Stringjoy, you can change gauges. You can go from a wound G to a, what is that called? Is that just a regular G?
Plain.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
Not an airplane.
Okay, well that's less fun, but it's still cool. You can change any little thing. You like to have a heavier high E string, but you don't want to have to get a really thick set that just has a low E that's stiffer than, I don't know, something stiff. Well, I should probably write this stuff out. All right, but anywho, go to stringjoy.com, check them out, and let them know that the Effects Loop sent you, because that helps them know how great of a job we're trying to do. I won't say doing, because we just heard what I did.
Definitely gave them a good old giggity moment there.
Giggity. Oh yeah. All right, so Chris, what's new with you?
Absolutely nothing other than trying to unload my Billie Joe Armstrong signature. So if anybody wants that, hit me up.
Dude, if I had $1,100, I would have already sent you the money. Like, I was just like, I keep like thinking, I'm like, what could I sell? So are you selling it because you need the monies, or are you selling it because you're just like...
Selling it because I need the money, but then I walked into Guitar Center last night because I was going to see what they would give me for it, and they had the double cut... the
new Gibson double cut juniors?
Yeah, the double cut DC, and they had the special version sitting in there, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I don't feel so bad getting rid of this since this is here.
What were they going to give you, like $400 for it?
Probably, because he was telling me, he's like, man, I can probably only like actually tag this at like 700 or whatever, because you know it's a collector's item and all that. It's like, well, I paid like.
How high was he? Yeah, it's a collector's item, so people with money who like collect things.
Yeah, they want it in pristine condition. I'm like, if you say so.
Yeah, because when I think Billie Joe Armstrong, I think a pristine guitar. Look at the BJ Strat, like that thing. If someone just brought me up, what is it? Kind of like a Sonic Blue.
I think it's either Sonic Blue or Baby Blue, since its nickname is Baby Blue.
So I'm guessing it's Baby Blue. Or well, hey, who knows? He might not be good with colors like me. So since it's this Baby Blue, like if you just hand me a Baby Blue Strat and said Billie Joe Armstrong signature, I would be like, I don't know about that. I want BJ written in red marker. I want a bunch of stickers and stuff. Like, it's a Billie Joe Les Paul. I would want it kind of dinged up. And it's not like
that's part of why I got it, because it was beat up and got it at a little bit of a steal. So it's like, at least I'm not trying to flip it here and sell it for what the other ones go for.
Yeah, I mean, because they go for like what, 15 to 17?
Exactly.
Yeah. So 11's already a decent deal, and it looks cool. But whatever. Screw your Guitar Center. Not really. I actually am one of those people who don't care. Really? Because I've gotten some good deals from Guitar Center. So that's kind of see, that's the whole thing too. People forget about that stuff. Like, I mean, that's like becoming an adult and like you're eating Chipotle or Moe's or Qdoba And you forget how good Taco Bell was to you at 2:30 in the morning whenever you only had $4.39.
But then you go back to Moe's and you're like,
Yeah, but still, like you forget about who was there for you. Guitar Center was there for you. Yeah, I think about
if you
that.
say so.
They were there for me, dude. I mean, I got those 2 Ernie Ball Expression series. I got those for like over half off, and then what else? I've gotten some crazy good stuff. I got my SG from Guitar Center in the U section. I can't say anything about that. I miss you.
Oh, the one you currently have?
Yeah, I bought that used at Guitar Center. All right, so the story about that guitar is I went in one day and I had all my gear with me. I forgot I think it was like the day after a rehearsal and I didn't unload.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think it was the day after service. It was a Monday and I didn't unload because we went and played somewhere late that night, and then I went home, crashed, made sure my truck was locked and all that. But I went there and I was looking around. I was like, huh. And at that time, I had a Gretsch G3161, which was a orange with the cat's eyes cutouts or cat's eyes holes. It's part of the historic series. I had an American Deluxe Strat, an American Standard Telly, and I think those were the 3 that I was like willing to get rid of. And so I kind of went in and I was like, kind of had in the back of my head, hey, I might be looking for a new guitar. I'll get rid of some of these guitars and just get one really nice one that I love. And so I went in and this SG was in there, and I called my wife and I said I fell in love. And she knew I was at a Guitar Center, and she knows that's never good. So I traded in one of the guitars and it was a decent amount. I think it was the American Standard Telly. I think they gave me like $500 for it. Which was enough to actually get them to hold it for me. So
I'm surprised they even made you give anything to hold it.
Oh yeah. Well, I forgot how much it was. I think it was like $1,300 or $1,400. Might have been $1,300. So you have to give a certain percentage to hold it on used gear. Possibly new gear too. But yep. So that was Diaz taking over Chris's What's New. I'm trying to think what I had new this. Oh yeah, it's sitting right next to me. I actually had a couple things. We'll get to this in a second. I went and got a few things. I went on Reverb and went lowballing like crazy, and it actually worked out. I've got a Yellow Cake Fried Gold on the way. Should be here tomorrow. I got that thing for $62 shipped.
And how much do they normally go for?
I think they had a special Easter. Brand new was $120.
Okay, so not bad.
Not bad at all. I was pretty excited. I know Ryan McKay from Yellow Cake is actually wanting to get on the show. Hopefully we'll get him on in the next few weeks. We talked about doing it this week, but it just was not going to work on the schedules. I did that. I've got, we'll kind of talk a little gear news. Clifton Worley from the Clifton Worley Show. Clifton Worley Show. Listen, I saw a video on how people from Mississippi speak. They can't say anything about how I talk. But there was the Clifton Worley Show, and they teamed up with Spruce Effects for a pedal called the Whirly Bird, which is a tremolo that gets really choppy. It's based on a K tremolo that was like kind of like a volume pedal. It was like an expression pedal, but it's crazy, and it also has like a gain stage, and you can swap the positions. So it's got kind of like a boost. I don't know how to explain it. It's really interesting. If you join the Clifton Worley Show group, they've got a post about the super secret soft launch that they're doing right now.
Secret sauce.
Shashar. Yeah, something like that. But
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire. You know, that's actually the way to say it, and you sound weird saying it. You're like, Worcestershire. And you're like, no, that's right. And you're like, are you sure? Worcestershire. No, you're saying
Are you Worcestershire?
Right. Are you Worcestershire? That's right. Yeah. I don't know.
I need more caffeine in my life. I should not be laughing at that much.
I'm like dead exhausted, so it's all for me today. And then I got this pedal, the Boss Terra Echo TE2. This is a really cool pedal. This is a sleeper pedal in my opinion. When I had a DD500, this was like my favorite setting was the Terra Echo, because this thing is ambient as crap, but it's one of those pedals you got to sit down with and you've got to try it out before you really say anything. Like it, I don't know. And you got to spend time with it. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on. I'm playing my Telly. I'm going to use the neck pickup most of the time. That's out of tune. Makes me sad. Yeah, this is the part of the episode. This is called tuning.
It's something you should do every time you pick it up.
Yeah. So we're going down the strings, and we're going to go until the light looks good. All right, we're looking good. All right, so I'm going to turn this on once again. So this is my clean tone. Oh, the pedal's on. So. All right, so this is all dry. I have no reverb. I have nothing. And it's through the John Mayer prototype profile from Tone Junkies. So let's I'm going to put all the knobs at the middle up 12 o'clock. And this is what we're going to get out of it. So... So if you can hear, all right, so it's a reverb, a delay, and a filter built into one. And when the Boss came out with this, they called it like DMP technology. Mm-hmm. So it does like multiple effects at one time. It takes your signal and processes it and splits it 3 different ways and does 3 different things to it. So I guess running parallel all at the same time. I don't know. So if you listen, it's cool because it really responds to your picking. So if I do a hard pick, I'm going to just mute the string. It's very prominent, that little spiral down effect. But if you do the same thing, softer, it's lower. So... And if you turn the tone down, that really goes down and it creates a really cool pad effect. I'm going to turn the effect level up. I'm going to turn the feedback up, get close to self-oscillation. And then they've also got a time, which you can hear it's changing it in that sense. Slowing it down. That actually sounds really cool.
Yeah.
You could actually start a whole song like that. Just... So you hear we getting that really cool pad sound. So this is like closer towards what a lot of people are doing in worship nowadays. So you got... That was way bad. So it's getting this really cool pad effect. And that's with the tone all the way down. I'm going to turn it all the way up. We're going to hear what it gets with that. And the tone's really affecting that little right there. I don't know what that's called.
Interesting.
The wormhole. So it's getting this really cool effect. And the thing is, don't forget, I'm going to turn off the pedal, and this is all that I've got running into it. So that's all in one pedal. And one last thing we'll talk about, which is really cool, is it has a freeze function. So a lot of people won't get like the HX freeze pedal, stuff like that. And this one has one built in for this effect. So I'm going to just kind of hit it and we're going to see what happens. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like Boss took all of their weird stuff that wouldn't fit in like a DD series or whatever and just dumped it into that.
Yeah. Well, and that was this is actually found on the DD500 as one of the settings. And I remember when this pedal came out, this was like a $200 pedal. $220. Right. It was expensive. I got this one for $100 shipped. Isn't a price to write home about. That's probably, I'd say, the average price of them. But that's a really cool pedal for $100. And especially, I think this is a pedal that if someone's like, I want to start playing praise and worship and I want to get a kind of a sound like that for cheap, that has that nice kind of shimmery effect, washy delay. This is like it's kind of like a carbon copy and a Blue Sky got thrown together.
Makes sense.
So I won't say that the sound quality was there, but it still sounds great in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are like, oh, I couldn't find a good use for it, or I just couldn't get a sound I liked. Try a little bit longer. Or smoke more drugs, because that might help too. This the effects loop does not condone the smoking of drugs, depending on the legality of your state. So let's move on to gear news. All right. So Electro Harmonix unveils the Switchblade Pro switching pedal. Chris, you know like a whole lot about these? Because I kind of do, but I'm one of those people that don't understand it.
Don't understand
I mean, I get
switchers in general, or just what's special about these?
Well,
like, what are you asking?
Like, I don't know how like I would use it, but I guess I've never been like a multiple amp person.
Another option to do is
so tell
you
me,
want to have both guitars. Like if you're just one of those that doesn't want to swap a cable and have both guitars already plugged in, or if you're using like multiple wireless units, that's potentially an option too. But this one looks like it has a built-in loop.
I'm like, I just...
Oh, this is like two effects loops essentially in it. Because that's essentially what the Switchblade, I think... No, hold on. What was the original Switchblade?
I don't know.
I'm thinking the Switchblade was like AB.
Welcome to the effects loop where we're making it up as we go.
Where we get confused on all of EHX's pedals because there's like 500 of them.
The only switchblade I carry is for whenever my homies need my help. I'm from the streets.
Are you really from East Tennessee?
I'm not from East Tennessee. I'm from Tampa, Florida.
Oh,
Well,
yes, that's true.
yeah, dude. I used to listen until you've done a power bomb. You've done like a power bomb to your cousin off of the roof of a car onto some mattresses, like in the street. Don't tell me I'm not from the streets, because I am.
So when all the stories of a Florida man did something, it was probably you.
Oh hell yeah, that stuff was. Listen, I am Florida man. No,
Oh my.
I've done some. Yeah, like people. It's hot down there. There's nothing else to do. If your AC goes out, game on. Who cares? Listen, you want to know? This is my best Florida story. I'll tell you the thing I miss most about Florida: hurricane parties. So hurricane parties are when there is no law in the land.
Mm-hmm.
You do whatever you want. All right, so all right, I'm going to tell you about a time. It was about 2005, I think. I'm from the Gulf Coast, near Tampa area, and we got hammered by like 4 hurricanes in a row. We were out of power for close to a week. It might have been a full week. So, I'm going to like take you day by day. Day 1, okay, we're out of power. It should be back on in a few hours. Let's go ahead and start, cooking some of the food. And then by the end of day 1, whenever we realize it's just we're going to keep getting hit with a hurricane and the power is just going to be off, there were 8 grown men, including myself. I was like 16 at the time, outside with about 12 umbrellas over a grill trying to grill steaks because they're about to go bad. And then like the next, because we had one guy, and I was in a townhouse complex. Nick Moreno lived across the street from me, and he had like 4 generators. He was a business owner, and he just had 4 generators for his business. So this man ruled with an iron fist, because if you wanted to charge your phone or you wanted to put food in the fridges, he was the gatekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So day 2, the fireworks come out, and then there's alcohol. The kids are sneaking some. By kids, I mean like 16-year-olds. By day 3, the adults are giving the kids alcohol because at this point, it is what it is. It's like a block party that's just still going. It's fast forward. It's day 7. I get a phone call. The country buffet in the city next to us has power. We load people up in the back of a truck and drive there. Hurricane parties, and it all depends on how severe the hurricanes are. That's how hard you party. Like that's the secret to hurricane parties.
Interesting.
If you can remember a hurricane party, I remember bits and pieces. I was also underage at the time, but if you can remember one, you probably didn't like do as well as you should have.
Mm-hmm.
Florida man's real. It probably happens near a hurricane because the party went nuts. All right, so we're gonna move on.
So to answer the Switchblade question,
Switchblade.
Apparently, it's more of a series versus just an actual thing for them. So like the regular Switchblade, just an ABY. Switchblade Plus is input tuner, output A, output B. So ABY plus a tuner. Or no, this one's just an ABY. The other one, I don't know, one of the two. But then the Switchblade, what they call this, Pro, is basically 2 effects loops.
Okay.
So it has nothing to do with the original thing.
What if I bought a full tone tape echo? 1500.
The guy would yell at you for not using the correct power supply.
Yeah, probably. All right. So next on the list, Headrush launches a feature-packed looper board with 7-inch touch display. I was like, you can only touch it 7 times. It's done. All right. So this thing looks insane. I've got a headache just trying to figure it out.
Well, The biggest things that you need to know about is the ins and outs, which has 4 combo XLR quarter-inch inputs with a switchable 48 volt phantom power. Ooh, that's nice.
Speaking of in and out, it also has 2 XLR outputs with switchable ground lifts.
So they've really thought of everything.
And then 2 quarter-inch outputs, switchable between amp or line level. But they don't just stop there.
That was thoughtful.
Quarter-inch stereo headphone output with dedicated volume knob. They've also got a 8th-inch stereo aux input, and then they've got MIDI in and out / through.
But what if I want my Bluetooth to go to it and don't want to use my aux cable? Because I have an iPhone 7 or 6 that this has lightning adapters.
Okay, but also it does actually, it's really cool. It's got 300 drum and percussion loops in it, like built in. So that's really cool.
It's got additional storage too for like USB drives and all that good stuff.
Oh, they've got a special Headrush edition of Pro Tools bundled with the looper.
Interesting. I would have thought they would, since this is a looper, it would have been something like a Ableton.
I don't know the rules. Yeah, but the only problem is it's $899. I don't see this being practical for a lot of people. The people who like would buy this, I think of like people like my brother, who gig for a living, and he does acoustics and he does loopers. He uses a Ditto X4. And I mean, I think it'd be really cool to have like the drum beats, and he could have the, it programmed and set up for each song. He really wouldn't even have to like loop live. He could probably just save all the loops and just add and subtract whatever he wants. But is he really going to spend $899 on this? 400,
probably
500?
Not.
400, 500, probably. But honestly, with the Headrush line, given enough time, the price will go down. I know it sounds bad, but like that's just kind of the way it's been with that line. We'll move on. I
don't keep up with him.
Yeah, you know what, Headrush, keep doing you. I'm not going to end it on a negative note. Keep doing you, because that's really cool, and I think that you're going to like kind of grow into your thing. But we're going to move on to Way Huge. They debut the Conspiracy Theory Professional Overdrive pedal, or that's what they want you to think. Get it? There's someone laughing. Someone had to have laughed at that. If you're not laughing in your car while you're listening to this on the way to work, or while you're milking cows, someone else is laughing. So just know that. But all right, so it's based on the Klon Centaur.
How dare they?
Where do you get off? Who do you think you are? All right, so you know what? I would actually like to hear this. That's probably one clone that I would like to hear.
What does a clone smell like? And do you really want the cologne?
I don't know. I love the smell of my colon. That's one of my favorite like bad tweets. Is whenever the girl says, "I love the smell of his colon" on my shirt. It's just like, you're like, ha ha. You stupid. All right. But anywho, this looks really cool. It looks like a Way Huge pedal. That's really what it looks like. It's like, but it does say that it's a professional overdrive, which I do like, because you definitely know it's doing a clone thing. And my computer's
if you say
freezing
so.
up. All right.
I haven't seen a professional use a clone in a while.
Really? No, you're wrong. So wrong. What's his name? Brad Whitford and Joe Perry from Aerosmith use them. Pretty for sure they're professionals. Some other guys use them.
You missed what I was hitting at. P&W. Moving on.
Oh. Yeah. Over my head. As he said, moving on. All right. Polytune. TC Electronics Polytune 3 Mini and Noir. So I'm excited because they're coming out with another Noir pedal, which just means it's like kind of like a black chocolatey feel going on. And I love their pedals when they're in that color. The TC Electronic Polytune in white is just ugly.
Yeah,
say
I can see that.
it is ugly. So the Polytune 3 adds a couple little things, but in all, it's a tuner. It tunes your things. But it's got like the older models, it's got polyphonic, chromatic, or strobe tunings, 108 LED display, built-in switchable studio grade buffer. So they've got two small dip switches on the side that are used to toggle between true or buffered bypass, and they have a new always on mode which helps you audition settings for your particular setup. I don't understand what it means audition settings.
Yeah, what settings are there to
listen here, Polytune? I want to hear this song in G, and then we're going to move it to another key. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I want to see how fast you can transpose it. Go. It's my audition process. You're in or out. I don't know. It's cool. It's nothing like to freak out about. But we're going to keep moving on. Okay. I have feelings about this, and I'm sure you do too. Fender unveils 3 jaw-dropping Game of Thrones custom shop guitars. If you didn't see the video, it was really cool because it had Nuno Betancourt, Tom Morello, Scott Ian. I think those were really the 3 that I knew of that were playing, and the guy who wrote the theme music for Game of Thrones.
Oh, I should have watched the video then.
Yeah, it's literally right there.
I know, but I just figured, I don't know.
So I saw this whenever they kind of announced it, and it's funny because there's a lot of people talking smack about it. These look really cool.
They do.
They look like you know what they're going for, and they don't look terribly gaudy doing it.
Like is that if I'm correct, the Targaryen and then the Stark ones?
I don't know about that.
In a heartbeat.
Hey, hold on. While I got everyone's attention, I've never watched Games of Thrones. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, I win because some people just tell a few people. I'm telling dozens of people who are listening to the show.
Telling tens of people.
Tens.
Or have we upgraded to dozens now?
12s of 14s of peoples. But so these are custom shop. I'm guessing they're going to be made very nice. But all right, so we've got the Strat. What's the Strat? You tell me.
House Targaryen. It's
is that the little short guy?
No, that's the Dragon Lady. So wait, hopefully you know that.
No.
Much. No.
I know.
Okay.
I know there's the angry little blonde-haired kid. There's the girl that
dies, so I'm sorry.
Ah! Wow.
So does Dumbledore. Sorry.
No. I was just on that book. No. Okay, so the 3 characters I know, there's the angry blonde-haired kid, there's the girl that all the guys like, the blonde-haired girl. Oh wait, there's the other guy. There's the Aquaman looking guy, and then there's the midget. Those are the 4 people I know.
Okay, so the Targaryen would be the blonde chick that all the guys like.
Okay, is that the Strat?
Yes, that is the Strat. So It's got dragon scales, and then the house emblem is on the pick guard and first fret.
Oh, and then I know Jon Snow because that's what everyone talked about forever. Is he the middle one? Is he the Telecaster?
Yes.
Okay, and that's what is that, like a hyena?
It's a wolf.
Okay, that's
because they're from the north where it's cold and you have wolves.
Okay.
I could give you the full story, but that would take another 20 minutes. Well,
we didn't plan
to the
on
Game of Thrones podcast.
Yeah. Welcome to, I don't know. I can't think of anything witty. I can't come up with a podcast name for Game of Thrones.
Game of Tones.
Yeah, but that's like I guess that would work.
Is that too on the nose for you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So to describe the House Stark one, how did they describe it? This finish.
Which one's that one?
Oh, it's ash body weathered. It's the Telecaster.
Okay.
Ash bodied, weathered with inlaid sterling silver perfing that reflects the broadness of Winterfell's. Okay, that's just using this thing. But anyway, the wood grain on this looks really, really good.
Oh yeah, I mean all these guitars look. But okay, so that's the one on the right. That's a Mustang or a Jazz. That's a Mustang, right?
That's a Jazz with
or a Jaguar
Electro with the lipstick pickups.
Is that what it says it is? No, it's a Jaguar. It's a Jaguar.
Yeah, Jaguar.
It's a Jaguar. Okay. So, that
24-karat gold leaf.
Yeah, that's extra.
It is.
Okay, but that is one of the best looking Jaguars I think I've ever seen. It's got like a tapestry painting for the body, and then it's got the house logo or whatever. That's Gryffindor. I know that's Gryffindor.
Sure, we'll go with that one.
All right, so we've got Gryffindor. The one on the strat is Slytherin, and the wolf one is gonna be Ravenclaw, even though that's a bird.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is a Hufflepuff? Is that like anything?
Hufflepuff, I think of an elephant.
I think you're thinking of Winnie the Pooh. Okay, yeah. Hufflepuff is this a honey badger?
Oh my gosh. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, maybe that is Hufflepuff, because that looks like it could be an angry badger. All right, let's move on before...
All I'm doing is picturing my otter in our D&D session, so Josh, Frazier, and all of them will understand.
Okay, yeah.
You poor thing.
Whatever, I'm not invited to the cool kids club. When you're 30 and you realize the cool kids club is the people playing D&D. Ouch. Yep. All right, so Gibson begins countdown to new electric guitar launches.
I think this will just be a tease because I checked the website. They are not out yet.
Yeah.
So we got 5 days, because all it is at the top of the site is a countdown. So next episode, we'll have the information on all the new items.
Yeah, I'm really kind of excited for this, especially with Mark Agnesi. Is it Agnesi? Agnasi?
Is that who the new
new guy
is?
Who came from what is it, Carter's Vintage or what's the vintage place in LA that like everyone goes to?
Oh, in LA? I have no idea.
I can't.
Or is Norman's Rare Guitars?
That's it. Norman's Rare Guitars. Is that in LA?
Okay. I have no idea, honestly.
Okay. It's somewhere that's not in my general vicinity. So I hope it's not just launching new colors, because I hate that. I hate that when they do that.
And I would love to see just a regular junior and double cut special brought back. So hopefully that'll be in it and not the DC stuff that they brought out.
What if they came out with a new body?
How dare they? They already tried that with the... Let me see if it's still even in the shop. It is not even in the shop anymore.
What?
Whatever the Star Trek logo one was.
Oh, that was a reverse V.
No, not the reverse V.
The future V or something like that.
Futurama, something like that.
No, that's a show. Know. I've seen that. We could talk about Futurama all day.
We could.
Yeah.
About how the theme song rips off Teen Spirit.
Dun, 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 dun. Rips off what? Smells like Teen Spirit?
You're leaving out a few notes from the theme song, but once you hear it again, you won't be able to unhear it.
What am I missing? Dun, 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 dun,
you're too far into the theme song. You're near the end.
Okay. This is I hate. Oh my gosh, this is gonna bug me. There's gonna be a post.
Do you need to go look it up real quick?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hold on. Why don't you tell us?
Well, he does that.
Tell us what you've been doing since you've been gone for 2 whole weeks. You went on like a little vacation, didn't you?
Yeah, last week I was on vacation. We went to Biloxi, Mississippi, stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel, they had in their Hard Rock Cafe, they actually had in half of an entire wall dedicated to U2. So you had
That's
like
cool.
one of the Edge's guitars there, a few signed records and stuff. So I just kind of like sat there and drooled the entire time over dinner. Also
That's cool.
had the best mixed drink I've had ever
What
at
was
the Hard Rock. What is it? Some kind of... It's not exactly a Long Island iced tea, but it's some kind of twist on it. So it was a couple of different alcohols and unsweet tea mixed into it. So if you go to a Hard Rock at some point in the near future, it's on the little specials like flap thing that they don't give you half the time. So make sure you get that and try it. And then the bartender the next day definitely made my drink strong because I was feeling it 2 sips in.
You can't say that ripped off Smells Like Teen Spirit. Dun, 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 dun. Because it goes back to that note. I feel like I'm kind of like Vanilla Ice defending Ice Ice Baby. No, no. Mine goes ding, 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 ding.
Yep.
I don't know though. I mean,
it's kind of close. It
yeah,
puts
but you
that
can't.
thought in your head.
I've seen every episode of Futurama at least twice. I've
Yes,
never listened to it and said, "Oh, this was like Teen Spirit." I don't know why I made you sound like that. Just imagine Chris sitting at home. Oh man,
Sitting there with the SpongeBob meme with all the weird. Oh, it smells like Teen Spirit.
Oh, I love that meme. That's like if I do that to someone, that's just like straight up me just being a total butthole.
Mm-hmm.
I've never used that like towards a friend and been like, "Oh, this is really funny." Usually it's me being like, well, I've used it towards my friends where like it's funny for us to be mean to each other.
Right.
Yeah, but that was not Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'll argue with you on that one.
Let us know in the group if you're familiar with the song. If not, go look it up and tell us what you think.
Okay, we're going to move on. Oh my gosh, we're not even. Okay.
It's going to be full of news. We're going to be good. We totally had a very good topic picked out. I just closed the wrong fucking thing.
Haha. Did you say clucking?
No, I said closed. Thank you.
You said close the wrong clucking thing.
Oh, are we censoring ourselves now? Is that what
No,
has
you
changed
said
in
that.
the 2 weeks that I've been gone?
No. Hey, I do behave myself when we have guests because I don't know how they feel about those words. But Walrus Audio unveils the slow multi-texture reverb.
Did you get a chance to listen to the video? No?
I'm just like,
Be honest.
no, I'd listen to it.
Okay. You're not impressed?
Not, I am. I think it sounds really good, but I don't give a rat's ass about it.
Mister, I have a Kemper and can get this sound on my own.
Nope, that's not it. I just got this Terra Echo. I don't think it like is. I mean, it's cool, but it's not like I have to have it. That's really how I feel. It's cool, but I don't have to have it.
Okay, well, yeah, this is one that it's definitely not going to be for everybody. I can definitely see that, but for the kind of stuff that I do, and maybe for the PNW community, it would probably definitely be good to have.
You know what's the thing about Walrus Audio pedals that always kind of gets me? Mm-hmm. I think and you know what I think it is? It's because it's the circle we run in with Gear Talk Praise and Worship and 60 Cycle Hum and all that. Everyone freaks out about it when it gets announced, but it doesn't become prominent on every board. And but like maybe like a week or two after it like launches, I see them and then they're all for sale.
Interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen that happen as much, but I've also
with the Fathom was a really big one.
Oh really?
Everyone was like, oh, Fathom. People bought it, boom, a week later is up for sale. I just want my Big Sky back. So
see, some of these I feel like Strymon may have like ruined the entire game with that, because I see so many people going back to the blue sky or the big sky, and
Not even dude. Once the big sky came out, the blue sky died.
Yeah,
The blue sky.
So,
they killed their own pedal.
mm-hmm.
The only people who have blue skies now are the people who had one, like right when the big sky was announced.
Yeah.
And like,
So, like, if I had that, and if I had a timeline, I would probably not be selling those and swapping out to a different delay or reverb. I would be buying other delays and reverbs just to see if there's something that I can't do with either one of those pedals and make it in addition to. Which is how I always see, because I definitely don't see this replacing like any of my Matthews Effect stuff for reverbs. This would be a very, very good in addition to.
Yeah, completely. I don't think it's a game changer. I mean, multi-texture. I don't know. I don't understand.
But I guess we need to talk a little bit about it now that we've totally just talked trash and stuff. But,
well, I didn't talk trash.
Well, we didn't really talk trash. We just kind of like talked down the whole like new thing from Walrus. Now let's talk it up a little bit.
Okay, we'll talk it up. Let's talk it up. We took it down. Brought everyone to this low part where we're contemplating our lives. You can turn the lights back on. We're gonna get happy again. So it does have quite a bit under the hood, especially, you know what? And I'll tell you this much: $200 reverb. It's got killer sounds for a $200 reverb.
Yes,
it does. Let's see. They've got they've got a decay filter mix. Mode specific X knob and a depth knob, changing modulation and everything like that. And then it's got 3 algorithms. There's the dark, which is a blendable lower octave. Rise
really
is
nice.
Yeah. Rise is an ambient audio swell, and a Dream has a latching function on the sustain foot switch. So I guess it's kind of what
the Dream was the only one I wasn't super impressed by.
And then they've got
auto swell was pretty good.
And they've got different wave shapes for the modulation on the reverb. Mm-hmm. It's cool. You did good, Walrus. You did good. So on that note, we brought it up. Let's move on to Carl Martin revs up Panama Overdrive pedal. This
is essentially another Plexi from them, which all of their Plexi pedals do sound pretty good.
I was like, don't they mostly? When I think of Carl Martin, I think like, what's the guy's name? Esteban. I don't know why. I don't know how I got those two connected. I don't know. So Carl Martin's, I guess it's just like kind of one of those brands. It doesn't really have like a logo or anything. It's just the guy's name.
Right.
And so this is supposed to be like the Eddie Van Halen stuff, which I love Eddie Van Halen in a box. I really do. I think Eddie Van Halen has amazing tone.
He does.
So how much is this? It's Carl Martin. I'm not going to look. I'm going to say $149 or
$199.
Oh, that's a no from me, dog. Sorry, that is a single pedal. It's an overdrive pedal. $200? I don't know.
But is this even like an official signature type thing?
No. If you want a good one, spend $250 and get the MXR Eddie Van Halen pedal.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I just saw a meme in my head when you said yep. It reminded me of Pam.
Yep. I have that saved on my phone because there's a couple of people that I talk to on a regular basis that actually have seen The Office, and we make Office reference all the time. So whenever I get to use that, I definitely send it.
I always love whenever you're able to make Office references. Like, just any time in life. Oh my gosh.
But then you get so disappointed when the person's like, oh, I don't get that. What is that? And you're like, it's Office?
Dude.
And then you got that 50-50 chance of it might spark a memory, but then it's like, oh, yeah, no, I've never seen it.
All right, dude. So on our Instagram for the Effects Loop, I made one of the coolest references of all times for The Office. So I always do like the crazy hashtags. No, my phone just died.
Rip.
But one of our episode announcements, this person was like, "Oh, I really love your music," because we get a lot of bots because we use the ones that just try to get as many people. We try to get foot traffic over there. And her name was like Nikki Hot Beats. I said, your beats are hotter than a garden party at Schrute Farms. I was like, that is obscure and amazing at the same time. Because there's people who stop watching later into those seasons.
Yep.
What season is that? Was that 10 or?
Might have been 9.
I think it might have been 9. Because that was Robert California.
Had CC or not yet. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if they had. Okay, we're getting too in depth on our knowledge. Oh my gosh.
Just gonna do a full Office episode one day.
Episode 69, The Office episode.
Might as well. That or 100.
Episode title, That's What She Said.
Yes.
All right. Bam. Set in stone. All right. And then last on our cool announcements, this got announced a few hours ago. So if you're listening to it on launch day, it was yesterday's. Fractal Audio announces the FM3 amp modeler and multi-effects pedal. So, yeah, it's like a 400-page PDF or something like that. No, it's 2 pages.
It's a 2-page PDF.
That's like 400.
So you want everything to be on one.
Yeah. What is this scrolling? All right. So direct price. Wait. What is direct price? Is that if we order?
I'm guessing direct is,
or is that
from
dealer?
Them.
You got list price, direct
I don't
price.
know. Oh, list is probably like the suggested price, and then if you get it direct from them, it's $1,000.
Yeah. All right. So, hopefully. Or maybe that's for
pre-orders.
No, maybe that's for dealers. Maybe this is a dealer or PDF. Who knows? All right, so
it's going to be somewhere between $1,000 and $1,400.
Somewhere between $20 and $4,000. Any number in between there. We're going prices right, Bob. I'll take $1. Thanks. All right. So this is real. All right. So this right here is what I'm going to call the biggest letdown.
Why is this a letdown to you?
And I'll tell you why this is a letdown, Chris. I just say it like you didn't even ask. And I'll tell you why. Processor. There's not enough processing power in this unit.
Especially for something like Fractal.
Fractal has a very bad history. I think it was the AX8.
Yes.
Which was their most recent one. It's known to crash when you try to do cool things like heavy delays and reverbs, from what I understand. Okay.
I've heard that too.
And if this has the same processing power, then it's doomed, because this not only has to run the system, it now has a more in-depth user interface it has to run.
Mm-hmm.
So it has potential to be a letdown. All right, we'll say it has potential. Now we brought it down. We talked bad about it. Let's bring it up. Let's tell it some good things. It looks like it has a really cool user interface.
Yes.
It also has, it has 3 buttons, but it is able to be connected to expansions where you're going to get 12 or 6 buttons. And that, I don't know how it would work, but it's got presets built from blocks on a grid for, and then you've got 8 scenes per preset. It's got all this crazy stuff going on, tap tempo functions, all this interesting stuff. But if they haven't learned their lesson with the crashing from the AX8, they're doomed. So what they do? They said the FM3 is powered by a 3-core Griffin DSP with 1 ARM and 2 Shark Plus cores, providing superior power in a compact format. Dedicated.
See, if we had thought ahead on this, we could have compared specs to the AX8.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by procrastination.
Not even that, just that's too much work for...
we say it's too much work.
Yeah, we say it's too much work as I'm sitting here going to...
We're both typing it in. The AX8
right.
owner's manual. That's where I'm going.
Nope, don't want the edit. We want downloads. Wait, does it say it in the overview? Do you have a...
I'm looking right now. Quick overview contains 512 different presets, 64 number of banks. Yeah, this is going to be really fun, guys, for you to listen to us Google.
I'm doing a quick Control F, and I'm not finding anything in the actual things. Let me see if we can download the owner's manual real quick.
What I was told is that...
page 39. Here we go.
I was kind of told that they said kind of on a page that it was pretty much the same processing power. Were you
Almost
able
there. Almost there. I'm on page 28.
You can just
4,
scroll
36.
down. That's what I did.
Preset CPU limitations. That does not help me.
Oh no, that's just whenever it runs out of CPU.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Okay, is the original... Oh, wait, no, this is the editor. Never mind. Oh, my word.
You suck at Googling things. I'm just kidding. I was just upset. Yeah.
Wow, okay. Maybe this is why people are running into an issue, because there's nothing that specifically says
Hey,
what...
puppy. Hey, puppy.
Oh, my goodness.
The
Been
dog.
barking all day.
The dog just knows. All right, let's move on. We're going to find out. This looks like it could go either way.
I'm hoping they learn their lesson, because if they're still wanting to try to be, one of the better multi-effects out there, they're going to really need to step up on their floorboard game, at least, to be able to keep up with the Helix.
I mean, that's honestly a big thing that people from the Kemper camp have been talking about, is they want a floor unit. That's where it's at right now. Everyone just wants a floor unit. No one wants a rack unit. Honestly, the toaster's not too bad, because, I mean, it's running direct. You can put it wherever you want. But,
Right.
the Axe effects, the FX3 and all that, I mean, that's a rack unit. Do you really want to have to carry a rack around everywhere?
See, I already do that anyway, because it has my power strip in it, so I'm not fully complaining. Which I've thought about making the switch and just having whatever in my rack and just saying forget the actual amp.
Yeah. All right. So that's all the gear news. I feel like
You've been slowly dying the entire episode.
Well, it was the holiday weekend. There was Good Friday, 420, and then Easter. Diaz was a busy boy. All right. So we really don't need a topic. See, I told you it would work out. Let's not pick a topic. Procrastination is key. We'll do this tomorrow. We might have to, because I'm not recording. No, I'm just kidding. See if I can give Chris a mini heart attack. We don't record a failsafe anymore. I just thought about that. Uh-oh.
No, I probably should.
Yeah. But just knowing who your co-host is, it might be a good thing. So thanks for joining us. So I think I've mentioned this before, but I mentioned it again. We're supposed to have a script down there that Diaz reads from, and it literally at one point I was clicking and moving stuff around on accident, like I'm doing right now, and it says leave book group. So go leave the Facebook group. Wow. But yeah, so join our Facebook group. Go in there, talk to us. If you listen to the show, I'm sure there's like 2 people who are not in the group that we don't know about. We'd like to know about you so you can join the group and tell us about yourselves. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. And then you can also email us at theeffectsloop@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram, like our photos, all that fun stuff. You can go to YouTube, subscribe there. We want the cool URL. We don't have that yet. And you can connect with us on LinkedIn because that made it on the list somehow, and it's still funny. I'm pretty sure Scott put that there whenever he was on the last time. But and I almost forgot the best one yet, Patreon. Join our Patreon. Chris is mailing some stickers out today. Possibly.
Yep.
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 Yep. All right. And then you can go there, patreon.com/theeffectsloop. Let's see. I feel like we should do something really cool. All right, here we go. What's your favorite episode of The Office? This has been Get to Know Your Co-Hosts.
It's a hard tie between like Casino Night.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a classic. The one where Jim proposes.
Yeah,
I'm a sucker for the Jim and Pam storyline.
Dude, I just watched the Jim and Pam where they fought over the recital where she messed up. Yeah, dude, that one hit like I was just like, dang dog. No, but like that's a good one. I'd have to say one of my favorites. Probably the competition that Michael holds to see who's going to be the next branch manager whenever he thinks he's getting the job.
Yes, beach
day.
Beach retreat? Beach day? Yes, that is a solid good one too, because I always have to encourage a friend of mine because she's a huge Office fan too, so whenever she gets nervous about something, I'm always like, channel your inner Pam on the beach. Run across those coals.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then Pretzel Day. I love Pretzel Day. You're like, can I change my answer? Pretzel Day only comes once a year. Oh my gosh. All right, so thanks for joining us, guys. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.